What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker here on Unique Access, and today we're joined by Canon. Thank you for coming through, sir.
Thank you for having me, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got a lot of momentum, a lot of things going on, man, and you have Volume 3 of your Loose Cannon series.
Yeah.
So since artists are very prolific these days and always have a lot of different things going on, for you, what made it to where you wanted to continue the series rather than have a different name and a different project right now?
Well, I felt like it was easier to continue with something that I already kind of push out who I am. I mean, Loose Cannon is just a reflection of my personality,
right,
and just my passion. So it's easy to be consistent in something that you are already walking in.
Okay.
So I just kept it going.
Gotcha. And keeping with that, a couple of tracks on there that stand out especially are some of the more prominent ones is like The Family. So with that one, you know, with everything that's going on in the society right now and everything that's going on in the world, why is The Family such an important song to have right now?
I think it's important, man, because we see, on social media, news, we see black, white, black guy gets shot up, all kind of stuff, and it's easy to have the we versus them mentality, but in reality, we're all family. We all have similar struggles. Some people can't pay their rent on time. That's not just a black issue. That's a black and white issue sometimes. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, and we all have to really come together to make change. It's not a y'all got to get yourselves together or y'all got to finally acknowledge the issues in life. No, it's like, no, we all need to come together and make that change.
Right.
So if we don't see the issue as a family issue, it'll never change. So we're all in this together. My supporters aren't just fans, they're family.
Right.
I wouldn't be here without my family.
And what do you think enabled you to have this perspective to where it's not us versus them and everyone is a collective? Like what made that register to you?
Yeah, well, I got white friends that don't share some of the perspectives that other white individuals may have. You can't just say all white people are privileged. Not all white people are privileged. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, not all black people are struggling. You know, so you have to be able to tackle today's issues and perspective holistically, not just one-sided. I think that's fair. I believe that when it comes to considering people, you do have to consider facts, where they're coming from, their background, their makeup. You can't just say blanket statements nowadays in society. Right. And I felt like it's important to address those things that we see a lot in social media that's communicated, and we just got to clear them up.
Okay, and then another powerful song in there is Eagles.
Yeah.
So with that one, how did that concept come about?
Yeah, man. In the song Eagles, I say, if you want to see how the world really is, you got to get above it. Get a bird's eye view, and sometimes, in most cases, get above the eagles.
Right.
The more you pull back the layers of certain things, the more you see how deep the rabbit hole goes. And I think we can't just ourselves say, hey, this is just what it is. It's like, no, America has been brought up from so many different things, and not all of them are in our high school textbooks.
Right.
So don't just take what's been given to you. Do your research, do your history. Like, everything ain't just what it is.
And that's one thing I thought was interesting about the song is that, you know, as people grow and as they develop, it's like having a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because I think that one thing that is problematic for any person is if you only take one perspective and you're closed-minded to where, like, this is the definitive way it is and there's no other way to think about things.
Yeah.
So for yourself, when did you realize, like, maybe what you were told was wrong, or maybe, you know, I thought this way and this was a mistake? Do you remember, like, a critical moment?
Yeah, growing up, you know, I had people tell me certain truths that I know now. But as a child, I never really got a chance to experience those.
Okay.
Things about racism, things about just different classes and things not being right in society. As a child, I didn't get a chance to experience that. But as I grew as a man, I started experiencing things like racial profiling and
Well,
racism.
like, give me an example. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, one example.
Yeah, so, plenty of times going back and forth to Nashville from Atlanta, getting pulled over and them taking all of my things out and going through them. And I'm like, I'm an artist. All I got here is merchandise and shirts and CDs. Got a Bible in the trunk or whatever. Like, I ain't got nothing,
right.
But I mean, I could look like somebody. I got jewelry on, chains on, or tattoos and piercings, and I got a trunk full of stuff. So I mean,
right.
It's easy to say or think or consider he may have something more than what he's showing. So that's happened a number of times. I've sat in a holding cell overnight in jail before just because of being like followed by the police from social profiling. So it happens. It's a real deal situation.
And how for you are you able to kind of tie that and correlate that into what's going on with Eagles?
Yeah. Everyone, everybody who has grown up thinking life is one way, there could be a completely counterpart. And so everybody who grew up thinking that the police are all innocent, that's not always true.
Right.
I think the reality is now we have cameras that show that. I think, there are people who are not innocent. There are people who are innocent, but I think the truth of it is that if you really want to see the reality of justice and the state of justice in America, then you have to know about how justice in society works today.
Right.
So that you have to do more than just watch social media and see Twitter and Instagram and create a judgment from what you see there. You have to actually do your research, go in the books, build relationships with these people that are in the offices, and see how the system really works, so that you have an actual perspective, not just something created from aftermath of social media. So Eagles is saying you got to get above the status quo, get above the he say, she say. Oh, my family raised me up this way, so this is what I believe. Like, no, you got to get above that. Go out and challenge yourself by studying what the world really has and what the world really entails. So, because I guarantee you, the more you get further into it, it gets uglier. It doesn't get more prettier; it gets uglier.
Right.
But I think those truths we can accept, and we can build from that and make changes. But you got to know where we came from.
Now that you have kind of this understanding about how the way life is and the world works, what have you found that you're doing differently or that you're doing to kind of help the situation improve in society and in the world?
Yeah. Back in the day, I would just give a man $2, $3 if he asked for it on the road. Now I'm motivated to help him find a job. Now I'm motivated to help him find a nursing home.
Okay.
Now I'm motivated to asking him how he got to where he is, instead of just giving him money, because I want to see him get above his situation, not just sustain his situation.
Right.
And so my mentality has changed, how I interact or how I engage situations as they come. I don't just see a black man as he's just a black man. Like, he could be a black man with so many different things about him. I don't just see a white man as just a white man, or just as a privileged man. He could have had a really bad upbringing and finally made it out, just like black people.
Right.
So I think twice now, and I take my time, and I try to develop my own opinion and perspective before just giving it out and just taking what people say about things. So yeah, I think that it's taken time for me to get to where I am, but I think most importantly, I don't just take things for what they are. I do my research now.
Cool.
So.
Well, I think it definitely applies to Loose Cannons Volume 3, man. So thank you for coming through today, Canon.
Thank you for having me, bro.
No, man, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out Canon, Loose Cannons Volume 3. I'm Soren Baker on Unique Access. Appreciate it, y'all.